wide. Oh, Matt Crafton into the wall.
Our series points leader, Crafton and Brad Keselowski, both into the wall in significant damage.
After 05, come on down, come on down.
A huge story here early as your championship leader, Matt Crafton.
Into this race, winning 4 times.
Yeah, that's a little bit late. That's after Harvick jumped down there and made it 3 wide. Brad Keselowski with absolutely nowhere to go on the outside when Matt Crafton pinned him up against the wall.
And these are experienced racers. They know you're going to get put 3 wide down into these turns. That's what we've talked about all weekend, is how much the draft can give you these opportunities.
See if we can get a better look at it, or a more identifiable look at it from the 0-0 of Harvick.
See, Kevin had such a good run when those 2 trucks were side by side. And down on the inside, it looked like Matt just got down to the corner and never turned. Possibly a tire went down or something?
At least. Last time by, the fastest truck on the track.
Oh, trouble.
That's Chavis. The yellow is out.
Yellow's out here, yellow's out.
Boy, we got to do it again. It was such a great restart by all 5.
And Ray Black Jr., 18th.
He's already loose there completely by himself. Does a nice job getting the thing going forward, but unfortunately it hooks, and around he goes into the outside wall.
Like
Ray Black Jr. just trying to avoid him, I think, got sideways.
Look how far those trucks slide. That tells you how fast they're going. That's exiting a corner, and he had the brakes locked down, sliding sideways, and still made contact.
Look at Timothy Peters down on the bottom.
Eric Jones going around. Caution is out. 4 wide just didn't work there.
Like Austin Dillon and the 4 of Eric Jones got together over there in turn 1.
Eric Jones gets turned around.
When Austin Dillon jumped to the inside. Now look, they're just going to run out of room there. Looked like Eric Jones came down, squeezed Austin just a little bit in that 33 truck.
Wow, Timothy Peters was so fortunate there. He barely slipped by the spinning truck of Jones. Watch this.
Ooh, he made contact. It would have turned Timothy.
He saved that truck.
Wow, and a lot of damage to that right rear quarter of Timothy Peters.
What about the points?
All up in about the 4th lane.
Look at that, 4 wide, and Austin Dillon, his right front gets into the left rear of Eric Jones. Jones goes around, and 2 of our top 3 in points have had problems today.
From Kevin Harvick's onboard camera.
Great job by Harvick, by Townley, by Cameron Haley. That piles up the whole front of the field. Watch Peters.
Here. To get a good run off here. There you go, buddy. 1 inside. Keep coming. Keep coming high. Keep coming. Caution's out. Caution is out. 1 inside.
Tift.
There's Hemrick in the 14, Tift in the 54. Mason Mingus and John West Townley getting together.
Hold the gas. Hold the gas.
And a yellow again, a caution waves.
All right, get it rolling. Front end 3, guys. A little bit of rear damage.
Well, they were coming to get
The green-white checker.
You can see Mingus got loose on the bottom of the racetrack, took John West Townley with him into the outside wall. Looked like for a bit Townley had a chance to save it, but it made pretty significant contact with the outside.
I think a little more room and he probably would have saved it because he didn't really get turned around that much, but just ran out of racetrack there.
Well, it's a shame. Both John West Townley and Mason Mingus have had good weekend. Mason Mingus, season best qualifying effort. John West, as you guys have noted, has had speed and was running well.
Well, that started on this restart, Phil. John West had the inside 2nd row starting position, and he just didn't go. And that put him 3 wide when they got down to turn 1 and didn't get any better over the tunnel, and it resulted in a crash down to turn 3.
See a little bit of damage to the 15 of Mason Mingus.
You can see these cars get stacked up. This is a tough pit road to get on because you can see Regan Smith locking up the brakes there. Eric Jones tries to miss that. He locks up his brakes, but it spins him out. Not much contact there, so that's not going to be the issue. It's all the spots that he left. He actually got hit from behind there, as you can see, from Bubba Wallace.
DJ, that's twice that Blaney that.
No question about it, Ralph. One of them being Chris Buescher, the handling of his race car completely gone. This is just what the doctor ordered, a chance to come to...
Kenny Wallace spins coming off at turn 2. gathers it back up. Looked like Conley was involved as well. Show you what happened to Kenny.
Just looked like I thought there was some contact as he entered the corner, but it looked more like that he just got loose getting down in the corner there.
Looked like Bubba Wallace was right there. I don't know if there was any contact or not. Yeah, just a little.
Certainly contact, yeah.
I think Conley just slid right across the nose.
Had a good solid night of possibly gaining a few more points on Chris Buescher.
There's that DC Solar on board. Trouble right there. You saw it. Elliott getting together with the 33. They can't break away from each other, and they bring out the caution once again here at Iowa Speedway. And the implications on the points now, Dale.
Yeah, even worse situation.
You look at it here, Dale.
Yeah, we can see they were battling. You can see as they come off turn 4, you think that you've made enough of a run there, but the 9 car on the outside, you've always got to be mindful of that car. It's carrying more speed as it gets back to the throttle, and he missed his opportunity if he was going to make the slide job. He had him cleared at one point in time, but then the 9 had the momentum, and he would already covered that spot.
They were battling for 8th at the time.
Yeah, that's where he should have moved up when he had him cleared right at that point, but he gave the 9 the opportunity to be there, and it's not like him just to back out and let him come up.
Watch it from the onboard real time.
Yeah, things happen quickly.
You could hear Chase even getting out of the throttle, too.
Brendan Gaughan's car is really good on that high side. Going to make it awfully difficult. We got another caution, though.
Caution is back out.
Car on the back stretch.
It's the 88. Ben Rhodes in the 88.
They were side by side, and
Elliott Sadler got into him.
Yeah, you know, you get in that position, your car will push a little bit up off that corner as you're trying to. Elliott looked like he was trying to make it at the top 10 or back to 10th now.
He restarted in 6th, back down to 10th. Oh, caution again. Problems here. That's Darrell Wallace. He was running in 11th. And guess what? They're going to get one more crack at him as Kenny Wallace slides to a stop.
I know Ryan Blaney's sitting in his car right now, shaking it.
You see Wallace get right into the 60. Yeah, they've had issues before, too, haven't they?
Yeah, that was in Dover, if you'll remember back to that race. So it was kind of reversed with that Chris Buescher was down on the inside. I'm sure that Darrell Wallace thought right there that he knew that he had a run to get to the bottom. Chris Buescher very fortunate to hang on to that race car. Didn't work out so well for Bubba Wallace here, though. Had another good, solid run going, even with that damage that he sustained earlier on.
And Buescher sitting there knowing that his #1 combatant in the title. Again to the bottom. Here comes Gaughan. How hard will he run him? There's contact. This time, Gaughan gets loose, and Blaney gets away, and around goes the 42. Oh, man.
Cautions breed cautions. We knew it's going to happen. Short track racing. Brendan Gaughan did it.
Here's Gaughan on the restart.
See, he drove it down in. He tries to power up. He's pushing up into the 22, so he's having to turn the wheel a little bit more, stay in the gas, and the car back in just breaks loose. That kind of bottles things up here behind him then.
Man, Ryan Blaney just will not be denied tonight. Look at how he had the wheel turned on the 22, DJ. Foot to the floor and just driving through.
Yeah, he's just making them try to pass him there. And give Brendan Gaughan a lot of credit for trying and not wrecking him, not crashing. He did everything that he could there to try to make the win, but he didn't crash him. Unfortunately, Brendan Poole back there looked like maybe got tapped some in all of this happening. Looks like maybe Daniel Suarez and he had a little contact, but this is just everybody racing as hard as they possibly can.
And then Poole went up into Buescher, and that's where that tire went down.
Watch them fan out on restarts.
Catch two cars side by side, they can't carry the speed through the corner, and then hopefully you can use your momentum.
Oh, we got one moving into the, we saw this on pit road early. Casey Kane hits the inside wall and knocks it down. Saw some guys' helmets that were sitting up there. So problem with Casey Kane's car. Goes on to pit road and the caution's out.
We saw this Saturday in practice, almost identical to that. We talked about how rare it is that it can happen. It's happened twice in 2 days. You can see Casey's all by himself, gets loose. Same thing we saw with Jeff Burton the other day, almost in the same tread marks. Can't get the car all the way spun out. Now I'll be honest with you, he's long for the ride, trying to keep from hitting the inside wall, but there's just no stopping it at this point. Very scary.
And as you mentioned, 2 days in a row now, we have seen something similar to this. As I mentioned, some of the things that were sitting on pit road, crew members will put their helmets on pit road waiting before they have to go out there for a pit stop. And we've seen on these replays some things flying, one of those being a helmet.
Yeah, and you see he didn't hit pit stall 43. He's all the way down. That's actually pit stall 38. You see here when he makes impact, all the helmets sitting on pit wall.
Yeah. One going way up in the air.
And you know, thank goodness that interior wall is as strong as it is. I mean, that's the second.
And takes the position.
Unbelievable. Kevin Harvick on the outside took the top spot away. Now Austin Dillon in front of him, they're sliding. Well, oh, it looks like a blow up of the 4. Kevin Harvick looks like the engine blows up on that 4. Saw the smoke.
Yellow's out.
You can see it coming out of the right side pipes.
Get her down, get her down.
To get in front of the 41, got a good run getting by the 41 and drives into turn 3. You see it start to lay down. Before it even started to smoke, you could see the thing slow down a little bit. And
where would he have shifted, Jeff? Would he wouldn't have shifted yet? Let's ride along with him. We'll find out.
I'm going to tell you in just 1 second.
Clear. All clear. Number 1. Inside where smoke will blow up. Stay high here.
You can almost look coming onto pit road and into his pit stall. He's just too fast.
Yeah, I hope all these guys are okay. Obviously, that was a big fall, but see all the brake dust on the left front wheel. I just wonder they were using so much brake, and we're going to see a lot of brake dust here. But I just wonder if he's using so much brake that the brakes didn't work the way he was anticipating them to. You know, sometimes it's easy to, you know, you're trying to get in pit road as hard as you can. You're trying to get your stall as hard as you can. The car just didn't get stopped. I mean, obviously it's, you know, falls on Brad, but I just wonder if he didn't anticipate it because the brakes weren't working quite as effectively as he had planned on.
Slugger Labby this morning, he was a little worried about the transmission in Austin Dillon's car. They had to change it.
Big hit, guys. Big hit. The 17 of Ricky Stenhouse Jr. A lot of damage to the front end of that car. Also involved Sam Hornish Jr. in the 9. We saw him just go out of screen. But a lot of damage to the front of the 17 of Ricky Stenhouse Jr. And he's still riding around this racetrack.
This 9 car had some sort of a problem.
Well, the 17 got into the back of him.
Well, but it looked like the 9 car was slowing down before the 17 got into the back of him. You saw people dodging him, having to turn left. I think there was some sort of a problem with the 9 car. And the 17 didn't seem slowing down, ran into the back of him. That's what it looked like to me. It's hard to 100% tell, but
let's take another look from that first vantage point that we saw.
See the 9 car, the blue car on the top. He's kind of out of the groove. David Gillen has to turn left to avoid him. 17 doesn't get turned left, so I think there was some sort of a problem with the 9 car.
No, I think you're right on, Jeff. You know, as quick as David Gillen.
Logano enters turn number 1. Good. Sideways is the 41. Trying to hang on to it. Kurt Busch is going to keep it going the right direction. Comes back in front of traffic, and he'll get hit. That's Sam Hornish Jr. in the 9 got into him.
They entered 3 wide in the corner, and it all started from there, it looked like to me. Sam Hornish's bad day continues, obviously. This.
He got hit.
Yeah, Martin Truex, I'm sorry. Paul Menard got off the bottom, moved up into the 41. Watch the 41. He's wide open in the gas right here, trying to keep it from spinning. Watch what he does. The car starts to turn right. He just locks it down. He just locks it down, gets slow, gets the car straightened out. He ends up not wrecking, but the 9 car gets into him, hits him really hard.
Hits him in the left rear.
See, Paul Menard got the left side. There's 3 wide. Paul Menard got the left sides on the yellow line. Got up the racetrack. Everybody behind him does a really good job. Again, wide open in the gas, trying to keep it from getting spun out. He's in survival mode at this moment. He feels like it's starting to turn right. He turns back left, just locks it down, gets stopped in front of the field. Sam Horner knocks him.
Side by side for third now. And caution in turn number 1. A lot of smoke involved. Kurt Busch, Dale Earnhardt Jr. Saw smoke rolling out from behind the 88. Dale Earnhardt Jr. He was 25th.
7, 1, 2, and 3 wide. There's just only so much room. The 13 comes down, catches the right front of the 88, spinning him around as he goes back up the racetrack. Really no one else involved as far as an impact goes, which is good for the 88. There's not a lot of damage.
Looks like Cole Witt in the 35 may have been on the inside of that 88 and caught the back end of it.
No, you're right. He absolutely did. It seemed like the 13 kind of forced the 88 down a lane, which is what Casey Mears is trying to do. He's trying to get into the corner in that.
There have been some caution laps that have to be factored in there, and we have a caution.
And that's why, if you're Paul Wolf and Brad Keselowski, you pitted early.
And big contact, it looks like, for the 33 of Alex Kennedy. A lot of damage back there. Marty. Safety crews talked to him. He backed into the wall.
Yeah, I have to wonder, guys, at this same point in time, the 6 of Trevor Bayne has taken his car to the garage area. I didn't see any smoke.